Welcome, water warriors! Watch as we delve deeper into the daring domain of the PT boat service. PT boats are small, fast wooden craft. They are 80 feet long, with a 20-foot beam and a 6-foot draft. They pack 4,500 horsepower, with a thunder punch of 4 torpedoes, 4 50 caliber machine guns, and 1 20mm cannon. They are an essential weapon to carry torpedoes to a point of release most favourable to strike the enemy below the belt. Therefore, it is most necessary that PT men master the elements of accurate torpedo fire. These elements are relatively simple when and only when torpedoes are released at close range, under 1,000 yards. It is no great feat to fire a torpedo at an enemy 10,000 yards away, but it takes a real PT boat captain to fire at 1,000 or 500 yards and get hits. The PT service is composed of skilled men who are thoroughly trained in their chosen fields, but more than that, they are motor torpedo boat specialists, each part of a closely knit unit, a team, which has confidence in its own weapons and the grim determination to carry out the attack.
Ahoy, welcome back to Boat Crew. We're on station off the coast of Cebu. The Japanese know we're here and they've sent a squadron of fighters to try and mess up our day. It won't matter too much. Enjoying the series so far. It is a very fun game. PT 104 has made a name for themselves. They are more defenders. They've been harassing the same ports continually. We had a big coup over the Japanese last episode when we managed to take down 2 destroyers at close range in the dead of night. A little bit of damage to the boat, but we've fixed that up. We've added some new weapons. We've got the rocket projectors on the front. We have the dual 20mm autocannon on the back. PT 104 is shaping up to be a very powerful boat. Enemy boat spotted, Captain. What have we got? Now, we were attacked by Zeros. I didn't know this fleet was here. It's spawned in with us. Looks like we have a tanker or a merchant ship. Let's get out there. At least we can earn some RP. Let's throw the rockets their way. Try and get really good with the rockets. This is the smallest launcher. Oh, major hits there on the small patrol boat. Again. Obliterating the Japanese boats. 127mm rocket. When we have the full-size launcher, we will have more firepower than a small destroyer escort. Mashed. Subchaser down. Now we're free to pick on our foe. What do we have up here? We throw some rockets in him too. Bit slow to reload. Oh, they've sent more Zeros. But we will not be perturbed. We got a Key 45 snuck in there. Close splash. Zeros, dive bombers, and a Key 45. That's a pretty potent attack force. And yet we still chase this coastal tanker. Oh, he's trying to get us. Not today, would he? Right, lining up the rockets. All the tubes are loaded. Stagger our shots, leading in front of the ship. Will we get any hits? Let's have a look at where they splash down. She's taking evasive action to port. Looks like we had 1 contact on the deck. Bit closer now, less lead. No hits. She looks like she's taking torpedo evasive maneuvers. So we need to get nice and close. Within 1,000 yards. high view there to see what sort of evasive maneuver she's taking. Doesn't look like there's any at the moment, so drop that port fish. Torpedo away. That should hit nicely right up the backside. And we'll run along the port side and drop some depth charges. Just the one. Very well done to everyone involved. Let's grab those supplies. Well, we've got more contacts on the horizon. The game has thrown another patrol at us. We're going to turn around. We don't have the ammo or the repair kits to fight them. What are they? A whole bunch of angry sub-chasers by the look of it. Let's hit flank ahead and get out of here. There are just non-stop attacks at Lunga, so I think it's time to just clear the whole of this island. We're going to scout out Malapa and the other two positions, Avu and Bolonda. And I think I might attack the weakest of those positions. We have one attack force ready. There's a moderate base there, quite large. It's got supplies. Check out the others first. Avu's okay. Prime for attack. Bolonda, how strong are you? 26. We might go here. Bolonda is the next target. Light base defense. We've only just seen it. We managed to sneak right up on them. Only just seen us now. The addition of the dual 20mm on the back is just doing wonders for our killing power. Oh, don't run ashore. We just roll over light bases at the moment. Pretty easy to secure by ourselves. The moderate bases are a bit of a challenge. These guys are having an easy time. The invasion force is on its way. Let's go and meet up with them. Oh, they're under attack. 19 boats. We've got 10 contacts, which we're about to try and annihilate with our new rocket system. No hits there. There's more just to say, hey, we're over here. Come fight us. Leave our fleet alone. There is a tender there, so we can resupply and then follow them down to Bolonda. Make sure they stay safe so they can take that base. We want to clear that island as soon as possible. So way more activity going on in the campaign. Once I started snowballing in the last campaign, it was pretty easy just to jump from base to base. But the Japanese are quite ferocious and they strike back. Running up alongside the tender now. Taking aboard all that ammunition. And the invasion force is just finishing off the remnants of the Japanese fleet. Off to Bolonda. (26 versus 14). They should be fine to do that themselves. The Battle of Lunga is still going on. We do have the benefit of numbers there. Having a look at the force composition, we have a Fletcher here. Let's have a look. Let's watch the Fletcher beat up the Japanese. Good lighting. We have a tender here as well, so we can participate and reload before we head off again. I'm really just hunting for targets, high value targets. Anything that will give us money in the bank. Fighting these smaller craft is a kind of waste of our time. Unless we're stopping them from doing something on the main strategic map. What's the Fletcher doing? Get into fight. The Japanese are coming. We're like a little lamprey. We'll just stay attached to him and spam rockets. I do wonder if the Allies can win this without my help. Because there aren't enough ships to defend against how many landing craft they have. We might let them fight, and we will go and stop this small fleet attacking the beach. Run over all the landing craft. That's kind of been our method at the moment. $20 mil, just annihilating that landing craft. These are river boats, but I know there are landing boats somewhere. Doesn't matter, they're Japanese, sink them. I have faith that the Allied fleet will be able to hold the other side of the beach, so if we sweep this side clean, here's those landing boats. You can just run in a straight line across them and the crew will just chop them to pieces. Those two might make it through, but that's alright. As long as we kill the majority, we can just leave, resupply and leave, and the Allies will win this fight. We have to keep in mind that the main objective of this campaign is to kill ourselves a light cruiser. So ever watchful on the target list and the intel. Take that. Oh, running them over. All the guys on the deck firing their machine guns. We've made mincemeat of the Japanese forces trying to attack Lunga for the 50th time. The Exo's bazooka destroying that landing craft. We've exhausted all of our call-ins, so we'll put them ready for re-roll, then chuck in the ones from the reserve. Got a nice mix of powers here. So we're going with artillery as our big hitter, Corsairs and Wildcats across the board. Lunga is secure. Where should we go next? News of our successful raid at Bolonda. Yeah, we're assaulting that right now. Let's assault Malappa. It might take 2 turns to do this. It's a pretty standard assault. Nothing really happened. Got a couple of positions around the base, so I'll call in the Wildcats to clear those out. And then we'll head back out to sea, turn around and come back and assault them again. Just to wear the strength of the base down. I do have to wait for the landing forces to recharge. They're on cooldown, which is limiting my power. Here come the Wildcats to ruin the watchtowers and any mortars that are over. I can't be bothered sailing around there. Get them, boys. Done. Landing forces are ready. Let's assault Malappa again. There wasn't much here, despite having a moderate base defense. Just spotted us now. We lost a man overboard. Oh, 2 men overboard. Take out that watchtower. We'll go back and pick him up. Not a bad little cove here. Might be some time to set up and have a bit of a fish. Beautiful beach here. The weather's not too bad. The Exo's already having a swim. Why doesn't everyone else? Malappa is being assaulted by quite a large force, but there is something there that I want to check out. Don't know what it is. It might be a tanker. So let's see if we can get some more RP. We haven't been able to find much at all. Where is the tanker? There it is. A giant beam of light shooting off the bow. And we have the attack force is consisting of a tender and a Fletcher. So these guys took too long to get away from Malappa and now they're in big trouble. The rockets are out, the flares are up, the 5-inch shells are on their way from the Fletcher. Take out this sub-chaser. firing the fish. Port side away. Go with 2. We might not need 2. It's down already. Getting absolutely hammered by the Allied landing force. 1 boat remaining, and there's no defenses here, so it will be a quick turnaround for defeat on the Japanese. Hopefully we can hold on to the island. Have 1 more position to take. Money's in the bank. Avu Avu, our next stop. This one has a bit more defenses. So you can't always tell. Sometimes moderate could be moderately easy or moderately hard. But once PT 104 gets in nice and close to the beach, she just chops the defenses to pieces. We have no more issues with machine gun nests anymore. The 50s and the 20s. Oh, that one's a bit sturdy. Take it down, please. It's really just a pleasure cruise. I have seen in the dev vlog that there is concrete bases, so that will be interesting. We might need something with explosive in it. But for now, our firepower is doing a great job. Call in a Corsair. 2-pack of Corsair. One of my favorite World War II planes. Just beautiful looking, rugged, tough. The Whistling Death. Here they come. Almost out of repair kits. Though you couldn't tell. Pretty casual. Alright, Avu Avu. That's it for you. As expected, Bolonda's being assaulted before it gets a chance to have any defenses, so our fleet is responsible for defending it at the moment. Let's go and help them. And resupply afterwards. What's here? Just 3 landing boats. Pretty easy. Oh, what? No, there's another fleet coming. No! What is it? Fubuki. Oh, man. Not an optimal time for a fight. I think we only... Oh no, we're fully loaded. That's good. Pulling into port did fully load us. So we have 2 fish and 1 Fubuki. There you are, sir. Very kindly pointing out his position. What have we got here? The Ayanami. He's gone with a full broadside to open the engagement. As long as we remain unharassed by the escorts, we should have a pretty easy time with the Ayanami. Just need to stay out of his broadside. We've opened fire. We're just ignoring them. We just want to penetrate the defenses. Take out the prime threat. Oh, that was... Just as we loosed the fish, we took a splash damage broadside from the front gun. I don't think the rear gun's fired. 2 hits with the fish. See you later, Ayanami. The Mark 13s, 2 of them should have enough punch to take him down. Our escort boats, well, they're not our escort boats, they're defensive boats. Oh, he managed to get the turrets around fairly quickly. Usually, a Japanese ship, especially the destroyers, have issues with turret traverse rate. I was hoping to run across the bow and just, haha, see you later, guy. Took a little bit of damage. We're going to chase down the rest of these boats that are close to the beach. The allies are just smashing the Ayanami. Something exploding on the deck. Possibly the main gun. She's still putting up a fight, though. I thought she would have sunk by now. Maybe the torpedoes just... They are the cheapest ones we can find. We may need to upgrade the punching power. We are launching from fairly close range, so maybe I should revert back to the... I think they're the Mark 8. An army went down. I don't think we got credit for it though. I didn't see it come up. Responsible for hitting her with 2 fish at close range. The Allies then gunning the rest of the crew down, and ship now sunk. We'll see who gets the kill credit once the reports are in. But it was a team effort. Oh, we have another fleet coming. Another one! And another one! And another one! Let's get back to Bologna. Make sure we're fully resupplied. What are we going to do? That's a pretty strong fleet. Our support powers are okay. Let's call in a squadron of boats. We have enough money. Let's call in... We can afford 3 of the most expensive Elco 80s. Fitted with the Bofors. Let's do that. Will it be enough? I have no idea what the fleet composition is going to be. But 49 seems pretty strong. And it looks like there are 2 destroyers in that formation. They're pushing us back. They're here. They have 2 DD. 2 Fubukis. So we have a repeat, but we have a bit of backup with our squadron boats. Let's go. Okay, another line of Japanese ships on the horizon. Stormy weather here at Bologna. Stormy seas. About to get a lot more chaotic. We're going to choose one target to focus down. Oh, I've got a lot of shells coming in. There's a lot of shells. High adrenaline. They've pretty much blocked our approach. Let's try and weave our way through. Destroyer on the right is our target. Alright, let's weave our way back in. Portside fish will go first. And then depth charges all along the port side. Port to port approach. Good job. Something exploding on the deck, but we have no time to really look. The other destroyer is our focus now. This time we're coming up the rear. We've got to drop another fish. Oh, that was close. Running through the shell splash. Fortunately, no splinters getting us. Starboard fish away, but I think it's off target, so we're going to have to rely on the depth charges. Full load, all off. It might be enough. Let's get some distance, in case it's not. A few fires on board, something exploding. The ship is sinking. Well done, boys. The squadron pulling through, giving us enough cover so we could just focus on the main targets. We'll run over this guy. Sorry, didn't see you. There's a lot of firepower coming from those squadron boats. I think that was a great investment for a very short-term defense. We'll keep them with us for a while. From inexperience, they don't last very long unless you watch them. Hopefully there's been some upgrades to the pathfinding and that sort of stuff. I was throwing them all over the pier in my last playthrough. Last remnants. A couple of boats off in the distance and one up here close. We're going to finish him off. Just getting hammered by 20s, 40s, 50s, and rockets. I might leave those guys to their fate rather than chase them down. Well, that got hot really fast. We managed to double our kill count of destroyers in a single, or basically 2 engagements back to back. Pretty happy with that PT-104. On our way down to Bologna, we've been intercepted by an air wing. No doubt they've heard about the big loss at Bologna. They want to find the squadron responsible. Well, you found it. We're just going to keep them on our broadside. And they're very easy pickings, as long as they don't separate and you have to split your fire, which they try to do. Got one around the front here. Target him up. This one coming in for a charge from the rear. The Boffa's got a great range, great power. Not sure I want to put it on the back yet though. Might go for better torpedoes. What started as a scouting mission has soon turned hot when we saw that they weren't very well defended here. Oh, one of our squadron boats is way back there. What's he doing? He's damaged, I think. We've called in all of our air support powers. Oh no, there's more boats inbound. Squadron split up a little bit, doing their own work. The fighters are engaging the enemy air support. But our squadron boat out here by himself. He's taking the fight to the Japanese reinforcements. Wildcats and Corsairs finishing off the last dive bombers. Look at this guy charging into battle. Let's call in some more help. We need to keep that squadron boat alive. But he's doing a little bit like what we do. He's just taking the fight to an entire squadron. And chopping them up. I want to know that skipper's name. Could that be the legendary Captain Hansen? Oh, we've got a damaged Corsair. He's missing his engine. He's going to glide home. What's he doing? Wasting all that energy. Mate. What are you... Ah! He's a traitor. What are you doing, mate? No one picked that guy up. We waited off the coast until nightfall. The invasion fleet's on its way. Rather than heading all the way home, we decided to wait. And thankfully, they have a tender. So we can help invade these two islands here to the south and try and eradicate the Japanese from this section of the Solomons. Looks like there will soon be a fight, but we're not here to do that. That's their job. With a foothold in the southernmost tip of the Solomons, we decided to head north again, back to Asimane. And it seems that our ballsiness has rewarded us with the P-38 Lightning. Ooh, rocket pods. Very cool. I won't use it just yet, but I will keep it in mind for when we have a difficult fight on our hands. I've noticed that one of our PT boats has perished, and we have a new target, Isanami, very close actually, not too far, a couple of grid squares. And there is an engagement happening. Let's spend some of our funds. Okay, I want to change the front torpedo rack to have something other than a single depth charge. Let's go with the Mark 24. We have enough money. I just need to change someone's secondaries. Probably get rid of the rocket launcher on the XO. Sorry, mate, we have to take that off your hands. We need the money. That allied fleet is about to get stomped. Can we make it there in time to help them? Submarine chaser and 3 Elcos versus a coastal tanker. Man overboard. Let's stop up here. Put ourselves between our friends. There's not many of them left. Multi-kill. Godlike. Love that. Let's get close to the coastal tanker. Can our squadron boats just gun it down with the Bofors? 40 mil death. We just lost another man overboard, getting hit by the 3-inch gun. I'm just going to let them fight it. I'm just here for moral support. Watch out for that shell. I've just realised one of the biggest difference between the Elko and the Higgins is I could have sworn that on the Higgins you've got two men that stand up on the forecastle like absolute chads, and they have very quick access to the ammunition that's stored up there, if that's what you choose to do. Despite our best efforts, Belonda has fallen again. This is... So we got the foothold there, but they took Belonda back. We've got large fleets sailing around in Japanese waters. Allied fleets. Two Fubukis. The Japanese are going to throw away their destroyer force if they keep using them like this. Alright, we've got light, which means we can be spotted. We have torpedo nets. They had time to set them up. I was hoping... There's no defenses here. It's just the fleet. Isanami and Murakamo. We have to get right in front. 45-degree angle. Realistically, that would do a lot of damage to the... Well, not damage. You're less likely to detonate a Mark 13 torpedo coming in at that angle, if at all. Murakumo shall be our first victim. Go for the one at the rear. We have our new torpedoes fitted, but they are very light. They do track. So they're more of a... I don't know how we'll use them. We'll see. I'm not going to use them in this attack here. We're going to use our straight running fish. I'm worried that the homing torpedo will try to go for center of mass or not even track them because they're not moving. Good target on the port side. It's away. I've noticed in the hangar, well not the hangar, in the dry dock, or at the pier, where you load out, you now have torpedo tubes. But if you fit the torpedo tubes, you can't fit as much on your decks. Which is interesting. Torpedo tubes were fitted first, if I remember correctly. And then later in the war, the racks were developed because the torpedo tube had a distinctive flash that gave away its position at night. And so every time you fired a torpedo tube, you were using I think it's a 5-inch shell charge to blow the torpedo out of the tube. We've had strike on the Murakumo, but she looks okay. Maybe listing a little. Oh, we've taken massive damage. It wasn't a direct hit, but the splash damage has done critical damage to the starboard side. We have also lost 3 men overboard. Alright, I'm going to rely on my squadron boats to give us sufficient cover while we pick these guys up. We need them on board to repair that damage and then to do our attack run. We have enough time. Japanese are still scrambling. Men are on board. XO is pretty badly hurt. We still have major damage, but we're going for our attack run anyway. Homing torpedo out on the right target and out on the left target, one each. Circling away just to see what kind of effect that has. We'll let our squadron boats eat some of that fire. We're the protagonists in this. We don't want to die. Corsairs called in. And we've put our squadron boats in a pretty precarious position here, but that's their job, to keep us alive. We are on fire. Not sure why. Rogue shell must have hit our fuel tank. Put it out pretty quickly. On fire again. We're just going to fight them to the death. I'm waiting for them to be in a position for me to finish them off. Yep, they're coming around now to try and give us a broadside. Now's the time to attack. Running across their bow. Dropping a full rack of depth charges. And again. So we caused a bit of a traffic jam there. Taking major damage by these small craft, and the Corsairs also coming in. That's a Wildcat. Both of the Fubukis are down. It was pretty dangerous call, that one. But I had faith that the confusion that the Japanese destroyers didn't know what I was doing. And they couldn't get their guns to bear, so they tried to go full broadside, and that's when you attack, running across the bow. There's no harm in stopping if you have a purpose for it. And surprisingly, our squadron boats are okay. One of them seems to have his bow pretty high out of the water. He must be taking water on board the stern. Or they have a non-standard engine. The air support is suffering from a lot of flak there. That sub-chaser just got absolutely smashed. Well, how about that? Tugging up sub-chasers. These guys have just got out of... They've just got the men on board. They are off having a drink. Once the fleet's gone, we can just take Belonda back. But it does tie up our invasion fleet having to keep coming back here and then defend it. We need to push forward. Well, I think that will do us for another episode of Boat Crew. As always, if you're enjoying, make sure you're subscribed. I'm trying to get them out every day or two. In the meantime, we will go back to Avu Avu, resupply, talk about the amazing victory we had over the Japanese. And we've taken down, 5 destroyers this episode. I am Commander Tyrael. This is PT-104. See you next time.